I want to bring in Allen Orr, immigration attorney and former president of the American Immigration Lawyers Association. It's good to have you back. David's exclusive reporting is one piece of the puzzle. A photojournalist told CBS News he witnessed Andre being beaten, crying, calling for his mother. His lawyer confirmed the photos and said she is gravely concerned about his survival. What are their legal options?
Well, in legal terms, all of this is really a hot mess because both of the stories you covered today in immigration were about the same period of time, the 3 days in which we rushed through deporting people. So there's very little concern. But what we do know is that due process would have solved for these administrative errors that they've made, and they could have corrected them by giving each one of those individuals their appropriate time in court. I mean, in addition to that, we knew that a federal judge said, return the planes. And they chose not to do so because the planes didn't leave the United States and go directly to El Salvador. They stopped in Honduras. So there's a greater story of injustice along this, that we just didn't do the right process.
Yeah, you mentioned the story we covered earlier, the Trump administration asking the Supreme Court to extend a midnight deadline for the return of that Maryland man, who they admit was accidentally sent to El Salvador with the same group of men. The administration claims they can't bring him back. I spoke to his lawyer just last hour.
They have not handled this matter in good faith. I mean, look, I've handled wrongful deportations before. It happens from time to time. And in every other such case, when we've brought it to their attention, they've immediately set the wheels in motion to try to fix it and get the person back. In this case, you know, we filed this case. We gave them over a week before we raised any attention to it, and they just haven't lifted a finger.
So if today's deadline is missed or extended, then what?
So I think there's a lot of concern around this. The first thing we should talk about is that this went to the Fourth Circuit through the weekend, and the Fourth Circuit said this is just unconscionable. So that's a pretty strong statement to go to the Supreme Court in the Fourth Circuit, which John is over, Chief Justice John is over. So we're not sure exactly if the appeal is going to happen. I don't believe he'll be returned today, but they deported him in 2 days. They've had more than 4 days to work on a way of getting back to the system. What they've just done is dug in against justice and once again due process. I can't believe not only have they dug in with regards to the expense of this, but they've also fired 2 attorneys in the Department of Justice for doing their jobs and upholding the truth of the bar.
Allen Orr, we'll speak again, I'm sure. Thank you.